In this video, we'll be going over two methods for importing image sequences inside of Kdenlive. Let's first start with what not to do. So over here in the side of this folder, I have an image sequence. And if I want to import it as a playable quote-unquote video sequence, then dragging and dropping it is not the solution. Instead, this is going to import all of the images as individual assets. So that's not what we want. So let's go ahead with method number one for importing our image sequences. You can either double click inside of the project bin, or you can click on the little icon above it here. You'll get the Finder window or Explorer window. Simply navigate over to where you have your image sequence. So in this case, it would be the subscribe sequence. Grab the first image and then make sure to check on import image sequence. Make sure it's checked on and then press OK. Once that's done, Kdenlive is going to import the YT image sequence, and if I play back, it's going to play back as if it was a video. Now, don't worry for this big splash over here. This is simply something that happens inside of the clip monitor, but it won't happen on the timeline, right? This is something to do with alpha channel. Anyways, back to it. So that's it for method number one. It's very straightforward. It allows you to bring in your image sequence as if it was a video, so it can be played back. Okay, now for method number two, which is a bit more thorough, let's go back up to this same button, but this time we're going to click on the drop down and we're going to go to add image sequence. This will bring up this little pop-up over here. Let's scale this up. At the very top, we get to choose the name of our sequence. I'm going to call this food slideshow, okay? Because we can create slideshows as well when we import our image sequences. The next option is for your image selection method. So you have two options up here. Next, we get to choose the folder where we have our images. In this case, I'm going to go for the food folder over here, select. Next, we have to choose the image type. So inside of this folder here, you'll see that most of the images, if not all of them, are JPEG. So inside of the image type here, if I had PNG selected, you'll see at the bottom here, this list goes blank. And if I go back to the JPEG, we have all of the images. You can also check on show thumbnail, and this is going to show you thumbnails for your images. Or check it off if you want no thumbnails. This will apply next time. Okay, I'll leave it checked on for now. And next we get to choose the frame duration. So in the case of an animation or an image sequence like the YouTube playback, I would set the frame duration to 1. So let's go for 0.00001. And this is in hours, minutes, seconds. But you can also switch over to frames and simply set it to 1. That way we get a smooth playback on ones. Now, in the case where, for example, you did an animation on 2s, so for 24 frames of animation, you do 12 drawings, you can come here and set this to 2, for example. So every drawing lasts 2 frames and it fills up the 24 frames, right? So this is how you would do that if you wanted to do that. But in this case, let's go ahead and choose 90 frames because we're doing a slideshow. Now we have the loop option. The loop option can be very useful to have checked on, so I'm going to check it on. This could be great for assets, visual assets, and many other things. Also just to extend your image sequences. The next thing is crop to center. We're going to leave this unchecked for now so that you can see with and without the crop to center. Next we have dissolve. So this will add a dissolve transition between our images. So essentially this is how you would create a slideshow right in here with all of your images. And we get to choose the duration of the dissolve. We can also set it to a wipe. So this would be the equivalent of using the composition strips to create your transitions. Now, not all of the wipes behave as cleanly as they do on the timeline, but the linear ones do work pretty well. So let's not put on a wipe, we'll just let it dissolve. If you do go for the wipe, you also get to choose the softness, so the same options as the composition strips. Next, we get to choose an animation. Now, there aren't a lot of options here, and it's not super dynamic. It can be a bit repetitive even if you have a lot of images. So experiment with these. You can change it after, so you can always come back and see how it looks. But let's go for a simple zoom because a simple zoom can often be enough. And once we're done, let's click on OK. It's going to do the same thing, import our images in a manner that we can play back. So if I press spacebar, we get the little zoom, and then it's going to dissolve between images. Okay, we get a little bit of a stutter there, but nothing too bad. So over here, we have these black borders, right? And this is because the image doesn't fit the canvas. The aspect ratio of the image does not match that of our project. So if we switch over to clip properties, we go up to the pencil. So by default, it might be on the magnifying glass. Simply switch over to the pencil, then click on edit. Make sure to have your image sequence selected, click on edit. It's going to open the pop-up again, and now we get to change the settings. we already have the images. We cannot change the images themselves, but we can change all of the other settings. And so what we're going to do is now check on the center crop, press OK. It's going to reload our image sequence. And now you can see that the black bars have disappeared and we have zoomed in a bit so that it fits the canvas. And that's essentially what the center crop does. Just keep in mind that it will crop out parts of your images when they don't fit into the canvas. Okay, so now if we switch over to the YouTube animation, we also get the edit clip option. And from here, we can do similar changes. So we have the name, frame duration, loop, center crop, dissolve, etc., etc. And that's pretty much it. And there we have it. I have a Ko-fi link down in the description for those of you who like to support the channel. You can click on either one of these playlists to learn either about Kdenlive or Friction. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.